Yesterday, Sayadaw explained on the meaning of Viriya. Sayadaw explained that the word Viriya is derived from the word Vira. Vira is a brave, courageous person. The person who has the courage to do misconduct, and the one who has courage to do good deeds by body, speech and mind, they are called Vira, brave or courageous person. But the one who is very daring to do misconduct, such as having the courage or being so dare to kill others, daring to steal other people's things, daring to dare to have sexual misconduct, daring to do these bad things by body, speech and mind, he, she is daring. And also the person who dares to talk lies, who dares to slander, who dares to talk harsh speech or senseless talk, because they do not understand the flaws or bad consequences. They think of these bad things as good. It is out of avijja, ignorance, a kind of delusion, that they think that the bad things are good. And because they indulge in the delusion, they become mad or frenzied with delusion. So they are very daring and they are daredevils. At times they indulge in lobha, greed, so they are mad with greed. And at times they indulge in dosa, anger, hatred, so they are called kotomataka, a mad person who is crazy with anger or hatred. And there are also wrong views who are indulging in their wrong views. They think that there is soul in the being. There is a kind of soul which is taking place in the being. And this soul or atta can know to a certain extent, even though the body perishes, but the soul or the atta remains. So this kind of wrong view is wrong view of jiva atta, wrong view of individual soul. And they also have the wrong view, believing in Mahabrahma, the creator or the God who is creating the world and other beings. This is the wrong view about Parama-atta, Supreme Soul. So they believe in this Parama-atta, Supreme Soul, that the Supreme Soul is governing and controlling and creating the world and the other beings. So they think that this Parama-atta knows everything. They think that there is one and only Parama-atta. There is only one Parama-atta. And they take that this Parama-atta is neither happy nor sad. And they believe that this Parama-atta has no form or shape. They also believe that the Parama-atta creates everything. The Parama-atta creates the world as well as the animate and inanimate beings. So they take it as a creator. And doing according to this Parama-atta's wish or creator's wish, they sacrifice animals having this wrong view, they indulge in this wrong view and they become frenzied with wrong view. So these are the kind of madness relating to kilesa defilements. And also there are madness relating to soka or sorrow or grief concerning with the loss of relatives, parents or possession. And also there are kind of madness due to illness, and also the kind of madness by possession of the spirits and so on. But the kind of madness relating to kilesa defilements are madness with raga, madness with lust, madness with dosa, hatred and anger, madness with moha, delusion, madness with ditti, wrong view, and madness with soka, grief or sorrow. So these kind of madnesses are relating to kilesa defilements. And the ones who are mad with wrong view, they are very daring. They dare to do bad things, they dare to talk bad speech, and so on. And also there is wrong view, not believing in existences. They think that after the person is dead, there is no more life. It is called Ucceda Detti, believing that there is no life after death. And because they have this Ucceda Detti, they think that one has to live happy, one has to live a life full of fun before one dies. So they do not care about wholesome and unwholesomeness. They dare to do unwholesomeness. They become mad and they dare to do unwholesomeness. So this is the bad kind of effort, bad kind of viriya. But what Sayadaw means to give talk is not on that kind of bad viriya. That what Sayadaw will explain on is about good viriya or wholesome kind of viriya. So just now Sayadaw explained that there are wrong beliefs, believing in soul or atta, individual soul, and they also have the belief that Mahabrahma is creating and controlling other beings. So this kind of wrong belief has taken place even from the very beginning of the world. They think that even though the person dies, this atta does not die or perish. So they think that, they believe that atta is permanent. So it is called sasatta ditti, the wrong view taking that the atta is permanent. And they believe that there is atta in being, and they have the wrong view that after a person dies, there will be no life, no existence after. It is called Ucceda Ditti, wrong view, believing that there is no existence after death. So this kind of wrong view also exists in the realm of Brahma. And for those who have thick kilesa, who have thick defilements, if they do not reform or shape themselves by practicing the Dhamma, if they stay without practicing the Dhamma, then they are mad with these kind of delusions. So the world is like the world of the mad. So people who have thick layers of defilements are mad with delusion. And if they do not practice the Satipatthana practice, which can uplift the person, if they stay just casually without practicing the Dhamma, then they are mad and they are in the world of mad people. So they are in the mad world. So Buddha wanted to cure this mad disease. So Buddha himself found the way to uproot the roots such as raga, dosa, moha, lust, hatred and delusion, which are the root of madness. So Buddha practiced so as to uproot and eradicate the roots of raga, dosa, moha, and Buddha himself cured the madness. So after curing the madness in himself, Buddha also prescribed other beings the medicine to cure madness. So when taking the medicine to cure madness, one cannot do with ordinary kind of effort. So casual effort, ordinary kind of effort cannot cure the madness. And the people who believed in Mahabrahma, the Creator, creating the world and the other beings, because they believe in Mahabrahma, Creator, they depend on or they rely on the Creator, that the Creator will do them good. So having this reliance and being dependent on this Creator, they do not exert effort. That's why they are sluggish, lazy, and they end up in suffering. So that's why it is necessary to make one's own effort. So the ones who have this wrong belief of sassata deity, having wrong view on permanence of atta, believing in Mahabrahma, creating the world and the beings, because they depend on Mahabrahma, they do not make their own effort. Not making their own effort, they become kusita. Kusita means lazy, indolent person. Because they depend on Mahabrahma, they become lazy, not asserting their own effort, they become indolent. So that's why they are losing their own benefit, they are losing their own genuine welfare, because they do not know the correct method. Believing in Mahabrahma, they do not make their effort, they become sluggish, lazy. That's why they become inferior, wasting their time with wrongful thoughts, wasting their time with wrong thoughts. So that's why they are entangled in these wrongful thoughts. So because they do not know the correct method, they are losing their welfare, they are losing their true benefit, and that's why they do not know the way to practice so that their physical, verbal behavior will be blameless, gentle, and servable. Because they do not make necessary effort to purify their body and speech, they are losing the genuine benefit, they are losing the true benefit. So these kind of persons are difficult to be persuaded. So the people who have this wrong view of Mahabrahma are the difficult ones to let go their beliefs. On the other hand, the people who believe Ucceda Ditti, having the wrong view that the Atta will perish after one's life, the people who believe that there is no life after, they do not understand in existences because they do not know the cause and effect relationship of the existences. So they believe to their knowledge so that they do not know the round of existences. They believe that there will not be atta after death. So they think that they believe that when a person dies, the four elements of the body will gather elsewhere where the atta comes to an end. But these kind of persons are easy to be persuaded. When they learn the method of practice, when they learn the correct method of practice, they put effort in the practice because they do not depend on Mahabrahma. So these persons are easy to be persuaded. Once they learn the correct method, they make their own effort in the practice so that they do not entangle in the wrongful thoughts, kama vitaka, sensual thoughts, yabada vitaka, thoughts about ill will, and vihimsa vitaka, thoughts about torturing or tormenting others. So these people who believe in Ucceda Ditti are easier to be persuaded once they learn the correct method of practice. The ones who have the chance to associate with Kalyana Mitta, good companions, such as good teachers, good parents, they learn that bad behavior by body, speech and mind will bring bad results. Good behavior by body, speech and mind brings good results. So having Kammasakata Ditti, having the view that Kamma, one's own action, is one's possession, they learn that one should refrain from harmful things, one should refrain from bad behavior, and one should perform good behavior. So these people who have the chance to associate with Kalyana Mitta, these people are easy to talk to, they are easy to learn the practice. But they have this view that only reciting the virtue of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha are sufficient, and they spend most of their time reciting the virtues of Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha without putting effort in the practice of Satipatthana. So in that way, they are difficult because they only spend time with recitation, they spend time with chanting and making puja, doing homage only, without giving time for practicing meditation. And they believe that by doing chanting, by doing puja, by doing homage, they believe that they are near to Buddha. But in fact, they are far from the Dhamma. So in order to be near to the Buddha, in order to be near to the Dhamma, one needs to practice Satipatthana meditation. So in order to be near to the Dhamma, one should have this prudence, one should have reflection on cause and effect. One should have the understanding that one needs to purify one's body, speech and mind. One needs to beautify one's life by practicing Satipatthana meditation. So the ones who understand that one should purify the body, speech and mind, one should beautify the life with Satipatthana practice, these people are close, very close to the Dhamma. The people who believe in Mahabrahma, after the sciences and technology become very advanced, they learn the science and technology. So having learned science and technology, they have less belief on the Creator. They do not believe in the Creator anymore. They come to think that it is necessary to purify the body, speech and mind. But not knowing the correct method to purify body, speech and mind, they end up doing all sorts of things which are not correct. But later on, when they seek the truth, they come to Buddhism, they come to learn that the teaching of the Buddha can really guide to purification of body, speech and mind. So understanding that the Buddha's teaching can bring or can practice the purification of body, speech and mind, they follow the teaching of the Buddha. So starting from 20th century, more and more people seek for truth and they end up following the teaching of the Buddha. It is quite satisfying and inspiring to see people coming to learn the teaching of the Buddha by practicing. So when becoming advanced in science and technology, people have less belief in this Creator or God. When the ones from technologically advanced countries, when they try very hard in their technology, they become very advanced materially. So in advanced countries, in developed countries, they have a lot of material things which are very advanced. So they are inventing new and new things, new and new technology, new and new gadgets, and so on. So at a push of a button, they can get almost everything. So these advanced countries are similar to Deva world or Deva land. But after some time, they get used to it, having material things. They get so much used to having material things, so that they get bored with these material things. People from advanced countries have social problems, and they have stress, tension, and depression, and they look for a solution or they look for an answer. So the answer they get from other places, the answer they get are usually short-term solutions. So they look for the answers from one religion to other, and finally they found the teaching of the Buddha. And when practicing Satipatthana meditation, they found the answer to solve the problem. After practicing Satipatthana meditation, they say, only now I can live coolly. Before I practiced Satipatthana meditation, my heart was burning in an air-conditioned room. But only after I practiced Satipatthana meditation, I now have a cool, soothing heart. So it is very inspiring to see these people practicing Satipatthana practice and finding their answers to their problems. So people who believe in Mahabrahma and the people who are becoming slaves of advanced technology, when they have problems, they seek the answer and they find the answer that they have been looking for after they have practiced Satipatthana meditation. And those who have practiced, when they are about to return to their home, they say that the best export, the best product of Burma is Satipatthana meditation. And after practicing Satipatthana meditation to a satisfactory level, they say that it is worthy of coming to Satipatthana practice after leaving the worldly pleasure. They say that it is worthy of leaving behind the worldly pleasure because they have gained the kind of pleasure that excels many times than the worldly pleasure after they practice the Satipatthana meditation. So having answered by practicing Satipatthana meditation, they say that only now they know the way to live, they know the way to stay, they know the way to live in life. So they got the answer, they got the solution to solve their problems, they got the solution through practicing Satipatthana meditation. So the ones who come here to practice, coming a long way, coming from so many miles apart, coming from a place which is so many miles far away. So when we see the kind of people who come a long way just for practice, just for Satipatthana practice, the ones who left behind the worldly pleasure, pursuing Satipatthana meditation, we regard them as brave. So we regard them as vira, brave or courageous person, because they have the courage to leave behind their worldly pleasure. They make do with whatever food is available here. They make do with whatever sleep, how many sleep hours they get here, seeking the Dhamma. So we regard these people who come a long way, leaving behind worldly pleasure, making themselves comfortable in whatever living condition they get now. We regard them as vira, or brave, courageous person, because they come here having faith and confidence in the practice that This practice will bring Dhamma rati. This practice will bring Dhamma pleasure. So the word that is worthy for them is vira, brave person, courageous person. So the cause making them to be named vira is their action. Their courageous action is making them called vira, courageous person. In another word, they can also be called sura. Sura is also brave, courageous person. So the cause for making these people to be named vira is their courageous action. So it is viriya. Viriya is the courageous action which is the cause for the person to be called vira, a brave or courageous person. So the ones who come a long way seeking the Dhamma rati, the Dhamma pleasure, which excels so many times than the worldly pleasure, these people are vira, brave person. So as a brave person, as a vira, you need to practice diligently without regard to your body or life, so that you will be developing wholesome mind as well as the knowledge. So you need to exert this diligent effort so that you will be in accordance with your name, vira, courageous person. So Sayadaw has been explaining about viriya from theory. So it is your duty to practice so that you will possess viriya, effort within yourself, which is according to theory. So the other day, Sayadaw explained that viriya is also translated as energy and effort. So it will not become energy if you exert effort just once or twice. If you exert effort 1 moment, 2 moments only, then it will not build up to become energy. So you need to exert over and over again, continuously, so that it will build up to make energy. So you need to put effort, all 3 stages of effort, initial effort, step up effort, effort stage by stage until you finally reach your goal. So you need to exert all 3 stages of viriya. So you must put viriya, you must exert effort so that preceding effort and the succeeding effort will be continuous. So one should be brave and courage in the practice. So as much you put effort, the more strengthened your mind will be, and your mind will gain energy, your mind will build up more and more energy. So an example is given. In a car, there is battery. So if you keep the car engine on, then the battery will be charged. So if you have stopped the car, if you park the car for a long time, the battery gets run down. So when you start the engine, the battery becomes charged again. So in the same way, just as you need to keep the engine on, you need to exert effort continuously, one after another, so that your mind will become energized. So in 24 hours a day, leaving out the 4 hours of sleep, the rest of the time you need to exert effort. Whatever posture you are in, you need to put effort so that you will be able to note the presently arising object over and over again. So you need to put effort so that the preceding effort will be continuous with the succeeding effort. So may you all be able to practice so that the definition of viriya will come into your personal practice. May you all be able to practice so that the viriya will be possessed by you. You will possess viriya just like in the text described.